You want to make sure that your hips are stacked directly above your knees, and then what you want to do from this position is maintain retroversion of pelvis, flat lumbar, flat thoracic, chin tucked in, crown head away, eyes looking down between our thighs to put the dura mater under tension. With the arms, we want to walk our arms out as much as we can. So hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. Steven here with Team Euphoric, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to be your own therapist by demonstrating the top 5 ELDOA exercises for posture correction, and more specifically, I'm going to be teaching you how to correct forward head posture. Before I get on with the exercise, I want to do a quick recap of what exactly forward head posture is and why exactly you should care. Forward head posture, as the name implies, is when your head is projecting forward. And when you have forward head posture, it is going to lead to tautness or lengthening and weakness of your deep cervical flexors, the lower cervical and upper thoracic extensors, and also your scapular retractors. And then you're going to develop short, tight suboccipital muscles or your upper cervical extensors, elevator scapulae, and shortness and tightness in the pectoral muscles. So if you don't address this, it can lead to things like neck pain, shoulder pain, upper back pain, and also mid back pain. So you would want to address it immediately. And one of the ways in which we could address it would be to do some strengthening exercises for the deep cervical flexors and also the muscles that are responsible for extension of the lower cervical and upper thoracic spine, and also scapular retraction. We did those a few days ago. I can include a link right up over here to the top 5 strengthening exercises for posture correction to correct forward head posture. And then once you've done those exercises, a terrific complement to those exercises would be to do some myofascial stretching exercises for the muscles that are responsible for extension of the upper cervical spine and also the levator scapulae and your pectoral muscles. We did those a couple days ago as well. I'm going to include a link right up over here to the top 5 myofascial stretching exercises for posture correction to correct forward head posture. And then let's say you've done the strengthening exercises and you've done the myofascial stretching exercises and you're still not seeing the benefits that you would like to see. Well, a third problem that may arise is you may develop nerve dysfunction, and the nerve roots that may be dysfunctional are going to be the nerves that supply the signal to the muscles that are responsible for cervical flexion, specifically the deep cervical flexors, and also scapular retraction and the muscles that are responsible for extension of the lower cervical and upper thoracic spine. So when we take a look at those muscles, we have the rhomboid minor. That's going to be innervated by the dorsal scapular nerve, more specifically your C4 and C5. Then the middle trapezius is going to be innervated by the spinal accessory nerve, more specifically your C3 and C4. And then your longissimus muscle, that's going to be innervated by the dorsal rami of your lower cervical and also your thoracic and lumbar spinal nerves. So what we could do to address that would be to do some ELDOA exercises. And the whole reason the ELDOAs are going to be so great is because the whole purpose of an ELDOA is to create space within a joint. So if we're able to create space within the joint, we can improve the function of the nerve roots, and then the nerves are going to be able to send the proper signal to the muscles to fire properly, and that could improve blood flow and oxygen in the area and also get the muscles to fire optimally. So for today, I'm going to be taking you through the ELDOAs at those different nerve root segments. And with the exact ELDOAs that I'm going to be taking you through are going to be the T2, T3 ELDOA, the C6, C7 ELDOA, the C5, C6 ELDOA, the C4, C5 ELDOA, and the C3, C4 ELDOA. So without further ado, here are the top 5 ELDOA exercises for posture correction to correct forward head posture. The first ELDOA exercise for posture correction to correct forward head posture is going to be the T2, T3 ELDOA. For the T2, T3 ELDOA, we're going to get into quadruped position, meaning you're going to be on your forepoint in your hands and knees. You want to make sure that your hips are stacked directly above your knees, and then what you want to do from this position is maintain retroversion of pelvis, flat lumbar, flat thoracic, chin tucked in, crown head away, eyes looking down between our thighs to put the dura mater under tension. With the arms, we want to walk our arms out as much as we can so that our thoracic spine is nice and flat. From this position, we got maximum extension of elbow and wrist, maximum external rotation of shoulders. We're going to go into slight flexion of the cervical spine, and we're going to press away with the palms, away with the crown of the head, and in the opposite direction with the coccyx. And this is the T2, T3 ELDOA. Next, the second ELDOA exercise for posture correction to correct forward head posture is going to be the C6, C7 ELDOA. For the C6, C7 ELDOA and for all of the remainder of the ELDOAs, we're going to be in a supine position, meaning you're going to be laying down on your back. So we're going to go ahead. We want to flex the hips and knees until the sacrum lifts up off the ground. And the reason we're doing that is to relax the abdominal cavity as much as possible. From this position, we want to go into dorsiflexion of ankles by pointing our toes toward our head, and then eversion of ankles by pointing the soles of our feet away from each other. Then we want to maintain retroversion of pelvis, flat lumbar, flat thoracic, chin tucked in, crown head away, eyes looking down between our thighs to put the dura mater under tension. With the arms, maximum extension of elbow and wrist, maximum external rotation of shoulder, and then we're going to bring our arms down toward the ground without letting them touch the ground. So we want to bring them as close as possible to our body. From this position right over here, we are pressing away with the palms, away with the crown of the head, and at this head, what we want to do is we are going to raise it 1 centimeter off the ground. 1 centimeter is roughly the width of one fingertip, so you're going to take a fingertip, and then you're going to press away with the palms, away with the crown of the head, and this is the C6, C7 ELDOA. Next, the third ELDOA exercise for posture correction to correct forward head posture is going to be the C5, C6 ELDOA. For the C5, C6, setup is identical. We're flexing the hips and knees until the sacrum lifts up off the ground. Dorsiflexion of ankle, eversion of ankle. We got retroversion of pelvis, flat lumbar, flat thoracic, chin tucked in, crown head away, eyes looking down at the floor to put the dura mater under tension. And then for this one, with the arms, we want to go ahead and get into maximum extension of elbow and wrist, maximum external rotation of shoulder, and then we're going to flex the shoulders to 135 degrees. We're pressing away at a 135 degree angle with the palms, and then once again, the head, we want it 1 centimeter off the ground. So you're going to take a fingertip, pressing away with the palms, away with the crown of the head, away with the coccyx, and this is the C5, C6 ELDOA. Next, the fourth ELDOA exercise for posture correction to correct forward head posture is going to be the C4, C5 ELDOA. For the C4, C5 ELDOA, setup is the same. We're on our back, we're flexing the hips and knees until the sacrum lifts up off the ground to relax the abdominal cavity. We've got dorsiflexion of ankle, eversion of ankle, retroversion of pelvis, flat lumbar, flat thoracic, chin tucked in, crown head away, eyes looking down between our thighs to put the dura mater under tension with the arms, maximum extension of elbow and wrist, maximum external rotation of shoulder, and then we're going to flex the shoulders to the level of 90 degrees. So exactly where we are right now, perpendicular to the ground. We're pressing away with the palms, away with the coccyx, away with the crown of the head. And for this one, we want to lift the head 2 centimeters off the ground. 2 centimeters is roughly the width of 2 fingertips. So you're going to take 2 fingertips, and this is the C4, C5 ELDOA. And last, the fifth and final ELDOA exercise for posture correction to correct forward head posture is going to be the C3, C4 ELDOA. For the C3, C4 ELDOA, same setup position. We're on our back, flex the hips and knees until the sacrum lifts up off the ground. We got dorsiflexion of ankle, eversion of ankle, retroversion of pelvis, flat lumbar, flat thoracic, chin tucked in, crown head away, eyes looking down between our thighs to put the dura mater under tension with the arms, maximum extension of elbow and wrist, maximum external rotation of shoulder. And for this one, we're going to flex the shoulders to 45 degrees. We're pressing away with the palms on a 45 degree angle, away with the crown of the head, away with the coccyx. And for this one, once again, 2 centimeters, we're going to lift the head off the ground. So take 2 fingertips, you're going to place it underneath your head, and this is the C3, C4 ELDOA. And there you have it. Those were the top 5 ELDOA exercises for posture correction to correct forward head posture. If you have forward head posture, or if you have issues with regard to neck pain, shoulder pain, or if you have upper back or mid back pain, go ahead and give those exercises a try. And if you have given them a try, go ahead and drop your comments down in the comment section. Let me know what you guys thought. In terms of the structure for the entire program, what you want to do, first you're going to start with the strengthening exercises. For the strengthening exercises, for the deep cervical flexor exercise and for the extensor chain wall lead, you want to do 1 set of a 3-minute hold. And then for all of the dynamic movements, you want to do 3 sets of 50 repetitions. The reason we're going so high with the repetitions is because we're trying to elicit a postural change. And whenever we're trying to elicit a postural change, one of the most important things is going to be accumulating enough time under tension. So if we do the typical 8 to 12 bodybuilding repetition rep range, we're not going to be able to accumulate that time under tension. So 3 sets of 50 repetitions, and that's 5-0, not 1-5. Then, once you've done the strengthening exercises, you're going to go and follow up with the myofascial stretching exercises. For the myofascial stretching exercises, you want to do 3 sets of a 30-second hold every single day. And once again, the reason we're doing them every single day is because we want to elicit that postural change. If we only do the stretches once a week or once a month, you're not going to be able to see the true benefit because you're not going to be able to accumulate that time under tension. So 3 sets of a 30-second hold every single day. And then the last thing you're going to do is you're going to finish off with the ELDOA postures. For each of the ELDOA postures, you want to do 1 set of a 60-second hold, and that's 60 seconds from the time you get into the final posture, not 60 seconds from the time that you start to get set up. And one thing worth noting with the ELDOAs is it should feel very, very difficult. You should be going all out for that entire minute. You're basically doing a 1 rep max for 60 seconds straight. If it feels easy, you're probably not doing it correctly. But that's pretty much it in terms of the program for forward head posture. If you have any questions at all with regard to any of the exercises that we demonstrated over the course of the last week, go ahead and ask your questions down in the comment section so I can help you guys out. But that's pretty much it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to smash that like button so I know to keep making these types of videos in the future. And if you're either new to the channel or haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, as I will be uploading new videos every single day. That's it for today's video. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you again tomorrow.